Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy B. I'm going to do an amazing video today. I want you to share this with others that you know that this will help. This is amazing information. A lot of people just don't take the time to look at it because they're stuck or they're busy in a system, etc. And they just don't realize that, you know, the path or the route that they're taking or the route that they're going down because, you know, grandma said do it, mama said do it, daddy said do it, etc. And they're not taking any logical look at, you know, does this really work? Is this really going to work? You know, if I continue to stack away money in my 401k, like, oh my God, I'm going to retire and live life. So I want to give you the real look at a logical look. I want you to share this, guys, because a lot of people are going to really need this information. You got a lot of seniors that are turning age 62 every second of the day right now, and they've depended on the system. And so I want them to see this so that they can see, like, hey, look, investing isn't as risky as depending on the 401k is for retirement. So I want you to share this with people, and I'm going to go over some amazing information with you of why most people that depended on the 401k for their retirement, they did not do math. Like it's gonna show. What up, man? Scared to take the leap, right? So most people simply didn't do the math. All right, so it's like what I'm about to show you. If a person just simply, as opposed to trusting what someone said, so I want you to understand this. Don't take my word for it. Do the research. So as you get this information that I'm about to show you, you don't have to take my word for it. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So when I show you this, I want you to, you know, do your research. The math is going to show you, but then I want you to, you know, follow my pages, follow my YouTubes, etc., so that you can understand some of the things that you need to be doing. Go to theharrismastermind.com and find out a plan of action. Like this stuff, we can help you and get you to where you need to be rather quickly. It doesn't take years, weeks, you know, etc., to get you where you need to be. Is one thing about just changing your mind. That's one of the main things. So I got this dry erase board here. Can everybody see this okay? Just give me a quick like if you can see my board okay. And I'm going to draw some information up here now. I don't know how to make this. You know what? Let me know if you can see this okay. I'm going to turn it around this way. And that way I think you can see my screen the way it needs to be seen so that it's not like backwards when I write, right? All right, everybody can see it? Good deal. Now, for a second while I write, I won't be able to see you guys, but I think you can see me okay. So what I want to show you guys is this. Like, for instance, let's just say right now, you are the most amazing saver in the world. You literally, let's just say you make $5,000 a month, and you save half of your salary. You put it into a 401k, right? So now this should compensate for the match what I put up and all that stuff that people, you know, get sold on to put money in the 401k. So let's just say right now you are a person and you make $5,000 per month, right? And you are an amazing person. You're saving for that 65-year-old retirement plan, and you're going to save half of this amount. So that means you're going to save $2,500 per month. Let's do the math on this, guys. So $2,500 a month. You got $2,500 a month that you're socking away. Let's do the math. And let's just say we do that for a period of 10 years, because I know most people are not saving $2,500 a month. So let's just say we do that for a period of 10 years. So $2,500 a month, and we do this over the course of 10 years. That's a total of $30,000 a year that you're putting back. Now, that you're putting back every year. That means in 10 years, in 2028, you got $300,000. Now, I know most people don't retire with $300,000, but some people do. So let's just say if you got $300,000 that you're retiring with, and I'm here to tell you, if you don't have that in retirement, don't get scared, etc., because what this is about to do is it's about to literally shift your whole way of thinking. So now understanding that you got $300,000 that you have saved up, you have put in your 401k, etc. Now you get to live the rest of your life off of $300,000 10 years from now. Now, most of you are saving for retirement, and you're going to retire in 20 years, 30 years, etc. Well, I'm here to tell you actual, statistic. There's a thing called inflation. And understanding that inflation is evidently real, that means that if your money isn't growing at a specific percentage every month, every year, then you're actually losing money if you park money, okay? If your money is not making the same amount or more, not the same amount, but more than what the inflation rate is, you can look this up. I'm not going to teach you but if it's not making more than inflation, you are losing money if you save money. That's number one. So write that word down, inflation. Number two, understanding that inflation is this. That means that in 1970, you could rent a house in the suburbs for probably about $100 a month. Right now, let's just say 30 years later, you can rent a house in the suburbs in this city for about $1,500 a month, okay? So you see what I'm saying? Inflation caused that price of rent to go up 10 times or 15 times more than what it was. So now, let's just say if that happens in 10 years, or when you retire, if right now you're paying rent and your rent is $1,000 a month, in 10, 20 years, the rent on a desirable area where you would probably want to stay if you were going into retirement, right, is possibly going to be a whole lot more than what it is today. We're not going to jump up crazy numbers. We're just going to say, what if it only goes up 5 times, not 10 times, not 20 times, right? 5 times what it is now, right now. So if you're staying in a desirable area, I'll lower the numbers. Let's just say $1,000 a month is what the rent is right now. And let's just say in the next 10 years, it only goes up to $3,000 a month. It doesn't go up that much, right? We're being realistic, right? So now in 10 years, the desirable area that you choose to live in, etc., if you are a renter, if you downsize, if you lost your house, etc., whatever happens, we know life happens. So now you got an expense of $3,000 a month just to live. Most people, here's the reality, most people don't take care of themselves physically. They don't eat the right foods. They eat foods that's going to cause them to have a high medical bill, a high medicine cabinet bill, a high prescription bill, etc. They don't work out. They don't eat right, right? So let's go ahead and factor that in if you have not made the decision to take care of your body, all right? So now you're probably going to have a few $1,000s worth of bills, but let's just go ahead and add on another $1,500 a month for medical bills and prescriptions. $4,500. Now, now this is a month. You're probably going to need to eat some food, all right? So if you're going to eat some food, let's just say if your food bill, probably going to be a little bit more than what it is right now, right? Because inflation, remember that word? So, but let's just say we account for $700 a month. We're not going to throw it in there as high as it would be. But now you're at $5,200 a month. This is rather cheap, actually, by the way. $5,200 a month. So now, your monthly expenses are now $5,200 a month. And you got a whopping, you did such a good job. You've saved $300,000, right? In your 401k. And your job is to now pinch off this the rest of your life, and you got $5,000 a month in expenses. Let's see how long it's going to take for you to blow through the $300,000 before you have to end up back at work. So you worked all these years and you saved up $300,000. I want to give you an example. We've done this over the course, we've said this was for over the course of 10 years, but the average person, guys, won't have $300,000 saved in 30 years. So keep that in mind. So this is a big number. So now, $300,000 is what you got to pinch off of. If you're spending $5,000 a month, that means that you're spending $60,000 a year. Lord behold, something happens if you go over that budget. But $60,000 a year. Let's see the countdown until it goes away. Times 5 years. In just 5 years, if you are not financially intelligent enough to work on building a residual income, not a savings, an income, you will be at $0 in your 401k in 5 years, possibly less. This is what the people didn't do when they actually started to trust in the 401k system, okay? So this is reality. These numbers ain't like, this ain't made up. This is real. $300,000 that you saved up Your expenses are $5,000 a month. $60,000 a year is what you're spending. In 5 years, you're at zero. It ain't scary. It ain't nothing to be scary about. It's like, okay, so what do I do if I can't save my way to retirement? Now you're with me. You don't want to save your way to retirement. Saving for retirement is like a myth that has to be busted, because there's a lot of people still falling into that trap. I gotta say, and let me tell you something. If you save for a rainy day, guess what? That rainy day gonna show up, and it's gonna rain, and then you're gonna wipe out your savings, etc. So let me show you some quick things that may be some solutions that you want to do, as opposed to saving $300,000 or trying to stack $1 million, right? If you're making $10,000 a month, if you're making $10,000 a month and you put away $5,000 a month, then that's $60,000 a year. It would take you 20 years to save $1.2 million. But you got to put away $5,000 a month to do that, and that means that you're not making any interest, etc. Right? So that was just off the wall numbers. But so what you want to do is you want to focus on this. Understand that you got to learn what true diversification is. True diversification is this. You have to learn how to generate money from 3 different asset classes. I want you to write this word down. Asset classes. When your financial advisors and all that stuff tells you to diversify your portfolio, I'm going to tell you what they usually do. This is one asset class. This is called paper. Paper asset classes. Okay? Paper is stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and all that other fun stuff, right? It's paper. Currencies, cryptocurrencies, right? This is paper. This is one asset class. All right? The next asset class is business. I love this one because this can come from an idea. Okay? I can start with zero. I can start with my mind. I can start with everything in my mind, and I can turn it into an ATM. That's business. That's an asset class. And then you got real estate. This is an asset class. Okay? So you got business, you got paper, you got real estate. Most people that tell you to diversify your portfolio, they typically, now not my financial advisor, right? But they typically tell you to diversify in one asset class. Buy a little bit of this stock, buy a little bit of this industry, buy a little bit of that one, put some bonds over there, get you some gold, get you some crypto and all that stuff. And you're in one asset class that when this tanks, when this has its down cycle, right? Which every class does, every asset class does, your portfolio goes down with it. We saw that happen in what? We saw that happen in 2018, right? Or 2008. Well, everybody had all of their chips in one asset class. And then boom, it went down, right? So what I'm telling you is now true diversification, because that's diversification. That's the worst way to diversify in one asset class. True diversification, let me turn that flash off. True diversification is this. Putting now a business can be as many as I want to. I have hundreds of businesses. All right. And all of them generate streams of income. And sometimes this one is going down and this one is going up. Sometimes this one is going down, real estate, and this one is going up. Right. Sometimes, right. Now, real estate can be wholesaling, can be rental properties, can be residential assisted living, can be property management, can be construction work. All real estate has a fun list or array of different money generating ways that you can make money here. But what happens is now what you do is you begin to be able to create what they call synergy. Synergy is this: when there comes a time in every economy when all of your asset classes rise at the same time. This is called wealth building synergy. Y'all better share this. Wealth building synergy. You build wealth when all of your asset classes are going up at the same time. Now, you got to wait for it. But in the meantime, you're making money from different things, and you're not depending on one asset class to do you. You're not trying to save money from the asset classes. You're continuously building on to the asset classes. So your position, if you are approaching retirement or want to enter into retirement, what you want to do is focus on building businesses and real estate and I use this asset class. I call this dessert money. Don't play in this one unless you got some leftover money to play with. Paper assets are for leftover money. Okay, that's dessert. That means like you don't care if you lose that money. That's my little dessert cheese. If it make me $1 million, I'm cool. If it make me 100,000, I'm cool. If it make me $10, I'm cool. I don't really care about it. It's my play money. This is where your time is. So now what you want to do is you want to focus on building not only the business, but any activity that you do, you want to make it pay you every single month. Here's why. So if I focus on building a business and I work today, I want the work that I do today to pay me the same day next month. I want to get paid tomorrow off my efforts for today. So what I'm saying is I want to get paid. I want to get paid for what I do today, tomorrow, and the next day, etc. So if I'm working today, yeah, I may get a chunk of money. I may sell a house and make $10,000, right? But I'm also going to rent that house out and make $1,000 a month. I got to get paid residually. So now when I want to retire or move on to another asset class, because this is the thing, guys, it's not about retirement. It's about adding income. See, I don't know who told us this myth that you had to lower your income or lower your expense column for you to retire. Your income should actually go up when you retire, because when you retire, your assets, listen to this, your assets that you purchase, y'all share this, guys. This is some valuable information. When you buy assets with your money, when you save with your savings, you got to understand, you got to come out of the consumer mindset. The consumer mindset says they buy things at retail prices. Investors, they buy things for personal gain at retail prices. Investors buy, his reason for buying is primarily for a profit on what he spends his money on. But a real investor understands that I can buy things that I want to profit on later and benefit from it as a consumer right now. So now the investor thinks ahead of his current reality. He says, I want this car. So I want, you can go back and watch the beginning, Melissa. I want this car, but I'm not going to pay $200,000 for this car because that's retail prices. I'm going to, get my dealer's license, right? Right? I get my dealer's license. That's why. I get my dealer's license and I buy it at a super discounted price and ride around in it as long as I want with a for sale sign on that thing. You feel me? And then when somebody else wants to pay me retail for it, why am I giving away this game, right? Because you got to wake up. When somebody else wants to pay me for it, retail, boom, it's gone. Now I can go buy 2 of them if I want to for the low ski. You feel me? Same thing with houses. So now, understanding this, I'm thinking like an investor. That's the key to it. So now what I want to do is, if my expenses, now you go back and you calculate your retirement, and then you see in retirement, well, I was going to be spending $5,000 a month, but I actually want to live in a little bit better area. I want to live on an island somewhere, and I want to make a little bit more money. So my expenses might be $10,000 a month when you know how to build residual income. So you don't get scared of money when you got residual coming in. You can make money moves, right? That's how the song goes. So now I'm going to focus on business generating activities that's going to make me $10,000 a month. So now as a business owner, I'm getting hot talking about this. So now as a business owner, understanding that I'm focusing on business generating activity, money generating activities. Now, when I want money, I look at a business and I say, which business, I need $500 a day. Which business do I want to focus on to generate me $500? I ain't asking no man to give me no money, asking for no loan. Don't do that. Don't go out and get yourself an unnecessary debt. Have multiple streams of business opportunities that you can go point to, right? That you can go point to, and while you point to it, you can pull the money from it that you want to pull from it. Okay? So now, understanding the residual income aspect of it is, if I got 3 houses, you ain't got to have a million of them, 3 houses, and in the next 10 years, I pay them off in full. right? I dump my money into my assets. These are your bank accounts. These are your bank accounts. Let your investments, your businesses, your real estate be your bank accounts, your asset classes. This is where you hold your money. And so now understanding that house value goes up. So if I pay $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for this house, all right, and it's worth $50,000 when I pay for it, right? It should be worth more than what I pay for it because I'm an investor. In 10 years or 15 years, this house may be worth $100,000, right? So that means that my money is now, not only when I put it in there, it's worth more than what I paid for it. But guess what? Ain't no bank finna make my money worth $50,000 the day I buy it. Somebody say, Brian, why do you buy so many houses? Because it's my bank account. You understand? Your money is here. So now you got assets. These assets, if I buy 20 of these, right? Let's just say if I borrowed some money to buy 20 of these, that means that I got $1 million worth of assets right now. 20 times $50,000 is $1 million worth of assets. That means that in 10 years, if I want to retire in 10 years, I got $1 million in equity, because now as I pay down my loan, I'm buying back my equity. And what the thing is, somebody else is going to pay this debt back for me because I'm going to rent it out. The reason why you want to rent it, here's the reality of it so you guys can know that's living in Memphis. Memphis is a 60% rental town. That means that people from all over the world come right here in your city to buy these houses because the average person does not want to own a home, right? They want to rent it. That's a traditional thing. They want to rent it. So this is an investor's haven. Investors love this place because my market is renters, right? Nowhere else in the world is like this, pretty much. Maybe Cleveland, Ohio, or Detroit. And you got an economy that's got thriving entities like Fred Smith and all that stuff. So now I got $1 million worth of assets. So now if I got, let's just change this. If I got 20 houses, and 20 houses, not only if I'm making right now, let's just say if I got 20 houses, I'm making $1,000 a month, and my note on the house is $500 a month. So right now I'm only profiting $500, right? But in 10 years, if I pay off my debt, this goes away. So as you are approaching retirement, if you go about this the right way, as you approach retirement, you should start lowering your balances on your assets. And now your income increases per asset. Every single asset that you just had, you got 20 houses, you just got a raise of $500 on each house. Each house. You with me? So now you went from making $10,000 a month to making $20,000 a month in your retirement age, 35, 40, 50, etc. This is when you don't follow the masses. Whatever the masses are doing, look at it and run the other way. You understand? Just think logically. Just think logical sense. So this is just one thing, guys. We teach stuff like this in theharrismastermind.com all the time, guys. All the time. But I want you to share this video. If you want more mentoring like this, guys, like I said, we charge $30 a month to just give information like this away on a daily basis. Daily. 99 cents a day, $30 a month, theharrismastermind.com. Also, you can follow me on youtube.com/c/homes for 10K. It's your boy B. I feel like that everybody who's knowing somebody that's approaching retirement, that believed in the system, that know that it's a joke and it's not going to work the way that you were taught, I feel like you need to share this video with them. Let them see this, and then let them come to us, theharrismastermind.com. We will mentor them to success and put them on the track so that they can start building multiple streams of income and not depending on one asset class. And when it tanks, they're wondering what happens. Let's create some wealth synergy, because I'm here to tell you guys, whether you realize it or not, there is a financial shift that has happened. And if you ain't a part of it, that means that you're not in it. It's either going to be one of the two. You're going to be either very financially wealthy, or you're going to be very broke. There's not going to be any more in between. Not any more games. I don't know if y'all see it happening or saw it happening, but it's already happened. And either you are wealthy or you are very broke. One of the two. You make that decision today. TheHarrisMastermind.com. It's your boy B, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Share this video, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Have an absolutely amazing day.